Welcome, horror freaks and Halloween freaks, monster freaks, mask freaks, circus freaks. You know already it's pretty clear I should have just saved time and said welcome freaks. But that's okay, we can fix it in post. Oh, did somebody say post? Yes, I think that was me that said that. Why, that reminds me of Dawn Post, which brings me to tonight's mask here on Creepy Cheapies. The Dawn Post Studios edition Curse of the Swamp Creature mask, which came out way back in the golden year of 2011. And you might be thinking, who would want that silly looking mask? But no, let me tell you, this is actually a very faithful and almost scholarly recreation of a makeup from one of the worst movies ever released, Curse of the Swamp Creature. Now, Curse of the Swamp Creature came out in 1966, and if you haven't seen it, you really should do yourself a favor and try to miss it, because it is unbearable. It had John Agar and nobody else, really. But it was directed by Larry Buchanan, who was certainly several steps below Ed Wood on the bad directing food chain, but Larry deserves more recognition. Everybody's like, oh, Ed Wood, the worst movies in the world. No, not once you've seen some Larry Buchanan pictures. You develop a newfound respect for guys like Ed Wood, because Larry's movies, such as Curse of the Swamp Creature, looked like those things kids made in the backyard on with their dad's Super 8mm movie cameras. And really, the movie, there are no sound effects a lot of times when things are happening. The title doesn't even make sense. There isn't a curse. This thing is created by science. And well, at the end, here's the big climax, all right? This spoiler alert, the big swamp creature finally gets up off the table, walks out, and falls face first into a swimming pool full of alligators. The end. And I'm not even kidding about that. But be that as it may, the mask is actually worthy of collector attention, and I think one of the reasons it's worthy of collector attention is the very fact that the movie is so amateurish and terrible and, well, completely unlike anything that would normally be associated with Dawn Post Studios, who typically did masks from good movies. The Universal horror classics of the Golden Age, you know, Frankenstein, Dracula, Mummy, Wolfman, Phantom of the Opera, those guys. They did masks from Star Wars and Star Trek and, well, lots of big movies. Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. Big movies, good movies, movies people have actually heard of. 35 people in the world have seen Curse of the Swamp Creature, so I have no idea how it managed to become a Dawn Post mask, but I do think it belongs in your collection as an example of a really quirky oddity in the mask world, because movies of this caliber do not typically get honored with collector mask editions. Now, as far as the quality, this mask sells for around $40 to $45, so it's very affordable. The ones that I've seen, the castings, pretty good. Obviously not like something you'd pay 200 bucks for, but for $45, yeah, you should have one. Painted decently, although for some reason the official mask is painted like a tan beige flesh color, while the one in the movie was clearly a bluish green color. Now, I don't know if that was the studio's decision or whose idea it was to change it, but the one in the movie is not painted like this. He's painted like, watch as if by magic, as I pull another one out of nowhere here. This particular one, which you can see has its Curse of the Swamp Creature tag right on there for your authenticity questions. This one was repainted by my good fiend Daryl Vidari at VXXFX. Let me be sure you spell that right. VXXFX, all he did was repaint this one. It's the same mask, it's a Dawn Post one, but this actually looks more like it looked in the movie, with the greenish blue and this sort of yellow angular patch going up the throat and kind of blotchy yellowy and white eyes. But the official mask, for some reason, is the flesh color, which also looks cool, but just not 100% movie accurate, but still a nice mask. In any case, I recommend buying it for several reasons. Something this weird gotta have collector value in the future, right? if there is a future, if you live to see the future, because who in their right mind would license Curse of the Swamp Creature? But they did, and there it is. And the same people that made great masks like Creature from the Black Lagoon and you know, Yoda and Darth Vader and Frankenstein and all those great masks, now they have added Curse of the Swamp Creature to their lineup of collector masks. I recommend you pick one up, but pay for it, because you'll get arrested for shoplifting if you don't. Pick one up as soon as possible and add the Swamp Creature, who, if I remember right, I think this thing's name in the movie was Brenda. I think that's correct. I think it was Brenda in the movie. But pick up Brenda the Swamp Creature today, and we'll see you here again next time on whatever this is. Thank you.